And one of the objectives of the Chakana is also represent the three main pachas, understanding that pachas is not only what we know as Pachamama, which is like the Mother Earth, like as we know as Gaia, it is also, but in the Andean philosophy, pachas also means the different dimensions, space and time. Hello. So here we are going to study the symbology and the wisdom of a symbol, the ancient symbol of the Andean people, and the name of that symbol is the Chakana. So we are going to understand the cosmovision of that symbol and the reason why it's so important and fundamental for the Andean philosophy. So first of all, I want to explain about its origin, and it comes from the language Quechua, and the meaning from that language is Chat Hanan, which means is a bridge to the universe. So as you can see in its symbolism, in its design, you can see it's a sort of a stair that goes up and down to the different manifestations, the different dimensions. So we will see further about this kind of dimensions that the Chakana unifies and represents. Once we understand its full wisdom and symbology, we can use this symbol, activate the symbol in our meditations, in our therapy, to access to the consciousness expansion, which in the end is the objective of the Asian peoples. That many of us know this kind of practices as shamanism, which the objective of the shamanism is access to the expansion of the consciousness. Many of the Asian peoples access that expansion of consciousness through sacred plants, which is, for example, the ayahuasca, the peyote. Some of them also use dance or music to access the expansion of the consciousness. However, here in the course, we will access to that expansion through the activation of many symbols, and more specific, through the activation of the Chakana, which is fundamental to understand if we want to study the Andean philosophy. So, as we say, the Chakana is a bridge to the universe, and it unifies the opposite directions. It unifies the opposite energies. It unifies the low with the high, the human with the superior, the sun with the earth, and all sorts of opposing energies in its center. The Asian Andean human, the Asian Andean man, brought the heaven to the earth and represented it with the shape of the Chakana that contains opposite components that explain the cosmogony of the Andean world: masculine, feminine, heaven, earth, sun, moon, north, south, above, below, time, space. So the Chakana, through the astronomical and astrological researches from the Andean people, they figure out that that symbol represents the four seasons and also the four directions. It represents the four seasons. That is why the Andean peoples figure out the harvesting time and the different times to work with the earth, and also represents the directions of the Tawantinsuyo, which right now is the actual Peru country, which had also four directions. And one of the objectives of the Chakana is also represent the three main pachas, understanding that pachas is not only what we know as Pachamama, which is like the Mother Earth, like as we know as Gaia. It is also But in the Andean philosophy, pachas also means the different dimensions, space and time. So we have three main pachas, which is the dimensions that you can see in the age of the stairs. In that age, we represent the pacha of the gods. In the second age of the stair, we see the pacha of the humans. And in the third stair, the age, we see the pacha of the unconscious. Subscribe to the Andean Stellar Codes and access the full content of this course. Link in the description.